Well, hello there. Welcome back to Poor Man's Printing in the heart of Texas, where it's about 115 degrees every damn day. Guess what? We're printing 3 colors with an Antec legend from A to Z, from washing screens to printing to mistakes. So get ready. Oh yeah, I can't lie to my wife would get shitting, so it is what it is. Get ready, let's do it. Hello, I forgot to mention it's a bonus at the end. Okay, let me show you what I'm working with, guys. So I made this today. It's gonna be 3 colors, really 4. What's going on a black t-shirt? So I've already separated the colors. You got your whites right here. I like to name it right here what it is. That way I don't get confused. Because I will get confused. So, I got my grays right here. This is my gray. And then I got my red, which is really garnet. And then I got my registrations. So, let's get on it. Let's start printing some. If anybody's wondering, I'm printing on a Canon IX6820. Look how thick it is. Not bad. What y'all doing down there? There you go, guys. All 3 of them printed out. Ready to go. Let's go. First things first. I got to clean some screens. It's getting a bit messy around here. First, take off all the freaking ink. I just use these cards. You can use whatever you want. Now, when you have an excess of ink on there, what I've been using is Ecotech plastic screen wash. Just step 8 inches back, spray. Take your cloth, wherever the cloth is, and wipe. And if anybody's wondering what I use to take the emulsion off my screens, it's not cooking oil. I use this stuff right here. Get it right on Amazon. Pretty decent price. Works great too. So basically, I spray this stuff on here and I let it sit, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe, 5, and I start seeing it dripping the emulsion off a little bit. Then I move on to the next thing, like removing that screen. All right, should be good now. Let's try it out. And left tape on it. Isn't that great? Now, once you've rinsed it off one time, you spray some more emulsion remover. And then you take your brush and you just scrub it lightly. Very lightly. After you let that sit for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, then you continue washing it. See how everything's just coming right off now? That's what I'm talking about. Now, on some occasions, you get a piece of emulsion that does not want to come off. So you feel it, oh, it's on this side. So you just turn it around and then blast it for 8 hours until it comes off. And it's gone. How about that, people? How about that? Now, after you've cleaned all the emulsion off and everything is nice and pretty, I just use a little bit of simple green with a little bit of water right here, and I spray the screen to degrease it. And that's all I do. That's it. Both sides maybe. Then I take my different brush and I just lightly scrub it. This keeps all the bubbles out of your emulsion. Nice and clean, people. Nice and clean. Now, once you have every single piece of emulsion off, and I mean every single piece, because it will get you in the long run if you don't, I just take it, stick it in my drying rack, which I'm sticking it in backwards. It's just my little drying rack that I built, also where I burn screens with this nice light. Okay, move on to the next part. Most of the time, when I have my squeegee with some ink on it, I will spray Well, this bottle's junk, but I would spray it and wipe it. Well, since we're out here and everybody's jamming to the music and all, I thought maybe I'll jam a little bit. You gotta jam. I mean, you have to jam. Let's jam a little different.
How dare you! How dare you!
Then sang Moses. COVID-19! You just burn this thing. Burn! Burn! I call for a supernatural heat wave straight out of hell.
All right, since we're done jamming, let's burn some screens. How about that? Lights off. Grab some screens. This is a 130. Okay, slap this bad boy in the press. Center it up the best you can. Now, since this is an oversized print, I've actually marked 4 inches here. Just a little mark, a little center mark, so I'll know where to put my film at. Now, so what I do with the first film here, which is the gray, I use double-sided tape, if it'll focus, double-sided tape, and I put it on the corners of the film. That way, when I lay it down and tape it up and bring my screen down, it'll grab the film. That's just how I do the first one, and then on the other two, I will just measure it. So with the tape on there, I go ahead and line everything up. There's my 4-inch mark right there, okay? So I'm gonna put my image close to the 4-inch. You don't have to be 4 inches, it could be whatever. That's lined up with the center mark. That's pretty much lined up with the center mark. Once I have that, I bring my screen down, and I press it. That way I know everything is perfect. And I kind of do it this way because, well, the China press, you had to do it that way because you had no room to play with. And then I bring it up, which the tape didn't stick perfectly, and there you have it. So next, this is where I would measure the screen and get my measurements to where I need to set the rest of them at. Next, I take my picture frame glass, which has already been cleaned, so make sure everything's clean, and I set it on the screen to give it a little weight and make sure everything is nice and tight so the light will burn perfect. Okay, that process is done, so let's cut the lights on. The lights is on. Well, since my drying rack is pretty much stacked up here, and I got stuff under there, so I'm just gonna let it sit in the sun. Okay, while that dries, let's go inside and have us a nice frosty beverage, because it's hot, because this is Texas. It's always hot. That should be pretty much cured and dried. Move on to the next step. So now, next step, what I usually do is get the film close to your image and then tape it off along with everything is centered up. Then you just line everything up. Then you line every screen and every head to this image and then test print. So let's begin doing this. All right, everything is lined up, ready to go. Next step is taping everything up. And while you're taping up, guys, don't forget to check your emulsion with your small, tiny holes. Make sure you tape up everything. You don't want that on your shirt. Beautiful. Okay, everything's taped up, ready to go. Now it's time to make some ink because I don't have garnet and I don't have gray. So black and red make garnet just a hair. So let's get to mixing. All right, let's take a little bit of black here. Let's go with that much to start with. Ooh, might have put too much. Ooh, that's scary. Man, I'll tell you what. Can you see it? That's close to garnet. There's our garnet. I might have overshot it just a hair, but you know what? I'm gonna go with it. So now we're moving on to the gray. I don't have gray, so here's white. And I'm gonna add a little bit of curable reducer to thin it out a little bit. And continue mixing. That'll work. So add my black. I'm not gonna add a lot this time. Nah, I hit it just right. There you go. That's your gray. Move on to the next one. And there's our white. I added a little bit of curable reducer to it to thin it out. Probably too much. I don't know. I kind of like it like that though. Lays on the screen better. Okay, let's do it. Lay the garnet in there, and I'm gonna show you a little trick of why I haven't taped off my registration marks yet. That's like an epic pour right there, huh? Next is the gray. Might be a little more. Nothing wrong with it. Some don't look right.
You done fucked up now!
Something's not right.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
All right, guys. So I screwed up. I screwed up pretty good, but we can fix it. So I burnt 3 screens, 3 films. One screen, one film was backwards. I wasn't paying attention. I put the film on the screen backwards. So I already washed it all out, burned new screen 24 hours later, and I'm about to slap it into the press, and let me show you how I'm gonna line it up. So what I have here is I went ahead and printed the gray, and I taped off the whole test palette. So that way I can line my new screen up, just drying, onto the other 2 screens. Okay, so I did try that method with the tape, thinking everything will work out okay. You cannot see the red or the gray ink, so that's debunked in my book. So what I had to do, which sucks, but I had to throw the film back on the damn palette and reline all 3 screens back up. And it's hot. So here, I've lined everything back up to this screen, which is the white. And now I gotta line the other 2 screens up to this. Yeah. All right, let's get on it. And I just wanna let you know this sucks because I'm having to clean some of the ink from around my registration marks, which sucks. So what I've been using is a little bit of screen opener to clean everything. Okay, let me finish cleaning them. Okay, after about 30 minutes, I believe I got it from what I can tell. I would highly suggest you don't screw up like I just did. Make sure all the films are burnt right, line them up once, then put ink on them. Or just go ahead and take all the ink off. It's a mess. But you know what? Moment of truth. Y'all ready? Let's see what happens. All right, let's try this again. There's my red. Take this bad boy, stick it under the flash. And like I said, I know it will shrink. None of these films has got any strokes or chokes on them. So it is what it is. And I had a shitty way of lining everything up. So take that in consideration. Good to go. Swing it back around. Come on with the gray. Make sure I clear. Gray's clear is great. All right, let's hit the white. Flood it just a little bit. This is the one you gotta really make sure you clear. See, I didn't clear. Almost clear. Perfect. There you go, guys. Still didn't clear enough. I need more ink. But other than that, everything looks lined up pretty good. I'm gonna do one more. All right, guys, you ready? Like, I'm really proud of this because this is the most advanced I've done. So, you ready? Look at that. I still know it's not perfect. There's a few flaws. If you look at the white, And it could be the test pile line doing that, but I believe I'm not clearing. And right here, the G got washed out on the white. That's the screen problem, not the printing and not the lineup. Everything it looks pretty damn good. I'm not even gonna lie. And this is the best one yet I've done. And it's about 113 degrees in here, but I really like it. I think it looks good. You know, for me, I'm not a pro, but this is the most advanced print I've done so far. And I think it looked damn good on the shirt. There you have it. 3-color print on a black t-shirt. What do you think? I'm proud. I'm about to go light me a cigar and drink some bourbon. Anyway, I told you I had a little bonus. Here it is. So these are air fresheners. Get them right on Amazon if you want. Blank sublimation air freshener. Sublimation paper. Guys, these things even come with its own little string. Not bad. You take your little piece of sublimation paper here and you put it right on top of the air freshener. Now we're ready to press. Put the white paper on the top. Pressing it for how long?
1 minute.
1 minute at 400 degrees. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what we got. What do we have here? What do we have? Wha-bam! While they're still hot, you want to take them, place them on a flat surface, which is, we don't have much room here because, well, we do everything in this house. And put something very big and heavy and flat on top and let it sit until it cools. Then you take your air freshener, buy your favorite essence or whatever. In this case, it's black ice I ordered. Take this bad boy here and you 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you get it until it soaks up in a nice smell. There you have it, guys. They work great. They work great for weddings, whatever. Hey, you want to smell it? You don't like it. How about you, Turbo? Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't lick it.